Have you always wanted to be John Wick? Well, in Cyberpunk 2077, it's almost possible. What is up, guys? It's Jimbo here, and welcome back to another Cyberpunk build video. Today, I have my John Wick pistol stealth revolver build that you can go with. It's super fun. You take advantage of stealth, optical camo, slowing down time, and you can literally run through areas super stealthy without being seen. It does have some issues a little bit when it comes to dealing with some high health targets, when it comes to them being close up and you're out of stealth, but regardless, it's still an amazing build, and if this is the playstyle you want to go for, then this will be perfect for you. So to start out our John Wick build, we're going to be going through the weapons that we are using. I would recommend, first of all, that you use the Overwatch as a long-range option. It comes with a sniper built in. You can get this from doing Panam's questline. I also have the Archangel as well, which is going to be very, very good, especially because it has a 200% damage multiplier. You can use this. You can get this from the Kerry questline, which basically is to do with bringing the band back together for the samurai. And then the main pistol that you can go for, I have the Cheetah on here, which is a brand new iconic, which I'll be doing a video on in a day or so. I also have the Seraph as well, which is another weapon that you can get. There's also the pistols that Jackie can get, or you can get off Jackie, which are also very, very good because you need pistols for this. You could also use the Malorian if you don't want to go for a silenced option. And there is just a whole host of different pistols that you can use. And I haven't fully perfected what pistol I want to use yet, but anything that has a good headshot modifier, crit chance, and crit damage is going to be very, very good. For the character, if you've seen any of the other builds on my channel so far, nothing has changed in the main skill attributes. You need 20 reflexes, 20 cool, and 20 technical ability, which is very easy to do. And then body, you'll just get those extra points up as you play and get to level 60, because this isn't a max level build. Likewise with the relic on here, I haven't messed around with this yet, but you can get emergency cloaking and then sensory protocol and all that type of stuff, but we will talk about that in a different video. For the reflexes tree, nothing has changed here apart from the fact that I now have the ability to sprint, shoot and sprint, and also use muscle memory, and basically everything in this tree I have picked because I got rid of all of the blade dancer stuff that you can get to put it into a different area. Likewise with the technical ability, we now have first aid, we also have glutton for war, and also transfusion, because this is going to help us get our health items back, because this is a little bit of a squishier build compared to our melee build. And then we've got everything here apart from built different, which is something that you can get to be able to use a cellular adapter. We're also running Edge Runner if we do go over with our Cyberware capacity. And then lastly, we're going to look at the cool tree. Now, this is where the biggest change has happened. We've got rid of all of the knife-specific stuff, apart from Killer Instinct, which Quick Getaway and Gag Order are amazing for stealth here. Likewise, we also have Creeping Death and Vanishing Act for the optical camo that we will be using as Cyberware. Now into the main new part of the tree. We do have the pistols. You're going to go all the way up until you get Nerves of Tungsten Steel. Deadeye is essentially going to give you a plus 10% headshot and weak spot damage multiplier. Also, stamina cost is going to go down. And then also, once you get Deadshot active while it's above 85%, you have no bullet spread, headshot damage, and weak spot damage goes up as well. And also on top of that, you get all of these additional effects, especially High Noon, which is very good for reloading, and also California Reaper, because plus 30% stamina after neutralizing an enemy on a ranged attack is very good. Likewise with Focus, this essentially slows down time for you when you're at full stamina, and you have no extra cost for shooting, which is very good, but you do lose a bit of stamina when it ends. But then you also have the effects such as Pull, which you can shoot grenades out the sky. You're not really going to need this though, but head to head you will, because then you can go into Deep Breath, which slows time by 25% for you and enemies when Focus is active. Rinse and Reload is very good for reload speed, and then No Sweat is also very good as well. Then we go into Run and Gun, which essentially allows us to hip fire, and we don't use any stamina whenever we're hip firing. So that's the main changes to the tree. For the Cyberware on this build, you do need to go and see a Ripper Doc in the Dogtown area if you do have the Phantom Liberty DLC, but I will give you some options that you can go with if you are going to be using Cyberware if you're not doing Phantom Liberty just yet. Now, for my specific Cyberware, in order to get the iconics that you need, obviously you need to be in the Dogtown area. I am using the Axolotl because this will give me a minus 10% cooldown reduction on any of the Cyberware that I'm using after neutralizing an enemy, which is insane. But there is a better, like a less iconic version of this if you go with the Newton model, which is a 1.25% reduction instead of this. So yeah, this is the version that you'd use if you are not in Phantom Liberty just yet, and this is the one that you would. Then we're going to go into our operating system. It's still the Sam Devastan. It's amazing. This thing gives us crit chance, crit damage, headshot damage, and slows time down by 85%. You can also swap this for the Falcon if you want to, and there's also some other ones as well, but these are all iconics that you get from being in the area. And as you can see, we're heavily into our Cyberware at the moment because we've got these iconics in. Also, you can have the cockatrice optics. This is amazing because it gives you the ability to get a plus 30% or increases our crit chance by 30%, and also we get a headshot modifier and bonus damage. You don't need anything for the hands. For the circulatory system, you want to make sure that you're getting things that just help you with health. For example, here, clutch padding is going to be good for giving us a stamina boost. You could swap this out and go for something completely different. Second heart is also pretty good. That would push us almost to the limit. But we also have heal on kill and also blood pump alongside reinforced tendons. For the skeleton, you may be thinking, why do I have dense marrow here? It's purely for armor. I could swap this out and go for something like Scar Coalescer, which gives us plus 20% armor whenever we drop below 50% health. There's also titanium bones as well, which you could use. There's also some other options, but basically bionic joints and parabellum are just good for armor and for keeping us alive. It's just all armor there. Likewise with the intergumentary system, I have a proxy shield, which is damage reduction, and then also subdermal armor. And then we have optical camo. This is a lifesaver for the build, purely because you're able to go invisible for 7 seconds, and it's 90% visibility for enemies, so you can literally walk past people, pop them in the head, and they won't know anything different. And then likewise, we have the nervous system. We have tyrosine injector. This is amazing because it gives you a headshot damage boost by 20%, and also a movement boost alongside the Kresnikov and also the reflex tuner, which basically slows down time whenever you dash and also when you drop below 25% health. But apart from that, you can get all of these apart from the iconics. You can get this iconic once you hit level 50, and these iconics you have to get in Dogtown. So my gameplay tips for the build, it's a little bit different to my Blade build because it's kind of like you get in, you do a bunch of damage, and you can kind of survive a lot of shots. With this build specifically, you have to plan out your route a little bit more. You have to go in and make sure that you're picking off prime targets. The fantastic thing about it is that you can be in the Sandevistan and also have your optical camo active as well, and just literally pop everything in the head, and about 5 or 6 enemies are dead. And then if you need to, swap to the sniper rifle, and that thing can do a boatload of damage. I've hit like 2,700 crits before. If not, you could probably get that even higher. There's probably people out there that have found a way to do that, but still, there's a lot of different options that you can go with for weapons as well. It's all down to personal preference. I do recommend having a silenced weapon though, because it does play into the build style. There is another weapon that you can get in Phantom Liberty, which is called Her Majesty, which you can also use. But there's a lot of other weapons in the main game that you can get if you're not going into Phantom Liberty and you're not playing that just yet. If you want to start this build off a little bit earlier, you are 100% building out cool, and you're also building out your reflexes just to be able to get that stealth element, and then eventually you'll go into the technical ability. All you need to do is follow the build planner down below. I'll put 2 down there, one for roughly a level 20 to 25 build, and then a one that's a little bit later on with where all the skills and such are. So if you want to go and click that down there so you have an idea of what you want to take, then you can do, because I know people have asked for it. But And an added bonus, if you want to go and get the gear that I am wearing to make yourself look like John Wick in game, you need to go to the northern part of the map, and I'll put the locations on screen now of where they exactly are. There'll be some people that have just been killed, and all you need to do is go and loot them, and there will be the things that you need there, and it will have like a suit and such, and then you just need to change how your hair looks within the game. But yeah, hopefully this build has been helpful. If it has, leave a like down in the comment section, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the notification bell as always. And this has been It's Jimbo, and I'll see you guys next time.